So hey everyone, here's how to do a split slide transition in Premiere Pro, and you're going to need the Sapphire plugin, but if you do have that, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is add the crop effect onto your first clip. So what I'm going to do is head over to the crop and change the right from 0 to 50. So now we've only got the left side available, and what we're going to do is make this slide up. Next up, you want to add the Sapphire warp transform onto the clip. Scroll down to wrap Y and set this to reflect. We're going to keyframe to push this up. So what we're going to do is keyframe the Shift X Y. Do make sure you're at the beginning, but once you've done that, you want to head to the end, just one keyframe back. So not to the end, just one keyframe back. And using this second value, we're going to pull it all the way up until this value reaches something like 0, which I'll show you by getting rid of the reflect. So you want at least half of it visible like this, not like this or all the way over there. It should be halfway with the reflect. We're going to graph this, so click on the arrow and pull this handle all the way to the right. So it starts off slow and then speeds up. We need this part to transition onto the next clip. So what we're going to do is add on the crop effect one more time, drag it onto the clip and set the right to 50. Warp transform, add that as well. Make sure to set the wrap Y to reflect. Set a keyframe at the beginning and set the second value to something like 1000, but I'm going to do 11,000. Basically what I'm doing is pulling this to the right, so it's going to push it down. Once you've done that, head to the end, just one keyframe back and reset it to what it was originally by clicking this over here. We're going to graph this towards the left, so click on the second keyframe and pull this handle all the way to the left, and so far you're going to have something that looks like this. Repeat this for the right side, so I'm going to duplicate this by holding Alt on my keyboard and clicking up. Then on the duplicated layer, what I'm going to do is reset the right back to 0 and set the left to 50. You can also hide the first track to make it a little bit easier. Scroll down to warp transform and get rid of these keyframes by clicking on the stopwatch. Hit OK and then just click on the reset button. Unlike the one on the left which went up, this one is going to go down. So set the keyframe at the beginning, head towards the end, one keyframe back, and then what you want to do is pull this down. Similar to last time, I'm going to do 11,000. Without any reflection, it should look something like this. But anyways, graph this as well. So click on the arrow and pull the first keyframe's handle all the way to the right. So it should go down like this. Duplicate the second layer and then change the crop once again. The right should be 0 and the left should be 50. Then get rid of the keyframes by pressing on the stopwatch, hit OK, and then click on the reset button. What you want to do is push this up at the beginning. So I'm going to pull this value to the left, which will push it up, and it's going to reflect it like this. So what I'm going to do is just set it to 0 because that seems a bit centered, and without the reflection, it looks like this. Keyframe it at the beginning, head towards the end, and click on the reset button. Graph this towards the left, so pull it all the way to the left, unhide the first track and play it back. You should get something that looks like this. If you want to slightly improve this, what you can do is head into the warp transform for each clip, and you see these bumps over here. What you can do is tighten it by clicking on the handle and just pushing it towards the keyframe. If you want to, you can make the bump really tight like this, but I prefer not to. And what you want to do is just repeat this for every single clip. So next one, just make a little bump. Next one again, just make a little bump for this side. That looks fine. So I'm just going to repeat this again. If you have the RSMB plugin, you can add this on. So what you need to do is create an adjustment layer and place it above all your clips. Of course, you want to extend it to your clip duration. Add on the RSMB Pro effect onto the adjustment layer. Set the amount to whatever you like. I'm going to keep it at 0.5. And even though it does look a little smoother, there are some issues we need to fix. You can see that the motion blur is working until we reach this frame over here. There is absolutely no motion blur on the clip. To fix this, you want to head one keyframe back and just click on the stopwatch for track frame. Make sure it's auto and head one keyframe ahead again and set this to previous. But that's all you need to do to achieve this transition. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.